I've proven, like, I feel like week after week for a long time I've had the shots. I've been able to do it. Like, there's been rounds where I'll shoot the hot round by 2 or 3 with, at GBO or with everyone there. Like, it's not like I'm outclassed. It's just sometimes I feel like if something doesn't go my way, then I get in my head, and then I miss 10 more putts. And so I just try to work on, like, being mentally strong and mentally staying in the round, as opposed to just being like, oh, well, I'm 3 over after 5 holes. Who cares?
Alrighty guys, here at the 2019 Waco Annual Charity Open with coverage presented by OTB. I'm here with my mic properly set on the right input and standing next to Drew Gibson, who's not playing this week. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. Just out here supporting friends, family, other players, Innova teammates, you guys.
Well, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you taking the time. Maybe some of the bigger news in your disc golfing career is this Achilles injury. Can you kind of fill the fans in on what's going on?
Yeah, I was running, just like typical running, and just felt the pop, I guess you could say. And at first it was like, you're out 8 months, and I was like, can't be out 8 months. And then it slowly's gotten better. I'm out here actually walking around, like, I'm able to get around, as you saw. So it's not quite as bad as we maybe thought, but still could be 8 weeks, couple months. So we're not really sure yet as to how long I'm going to be out for.
Okay, and when are you going to be sure, or when do you get the news from the doctors?
Hopefully next week. Hopefully next week I'll have like a good idea of like exactly what's wrong, like exactly how to do it. Like, because right now people would suggest like being in a boot or whatever, and I'm pain-free walking. But pain-free walking and pain-free throwing 500 feet is a different thing. So it could be, I could be at 90% but not feel I'm okay to play. So it's kind of one of those things where a basketball player, it's like, okay, you have to be at 100%, 100%, 100%. Disc golf, it's like, okay, if I'm 100, 175, am I able to play? So it's kind of this weird gray area with your Achilles where most of the time they won't even operate on it unless you're fully ruptured.
Yeah.
So people have had 90% tears and they still don't operate on it.
Yeah, I can imagine it's kind of like a groin injury where there's not really any real way to protect it, right? Because other than kind of like laying around in bed, I don't see that as a possibility,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, there's nothing you could do. If it's hurt, it's hurt. Like there's no put this on it, wrap it. Like, they say compression, like I have it wrapped right now. So it's like, there's a bunch of preventative things you can do, but it's not like your ankle, okay, wrap it, do this, ice it, blah, blah, blah. Like, it just kind of those things where it's like you just got to give it time to heal and progress. So if I feel like in 6 weeks I'm able to play GBO, then I will. If I feel like I'm not, then like I was telling you earlier, it's going to be time to stay home still.
Yeah, we've seen yourself and Austin Turner kind of get these pretty major or potentially major injuries. Is that something that, maybe disc golf in the going forward is going to be a little bit more conscious of, like preventative, like stretching and just making sure your body's healthy?
I think everybody, that's off season. I worked out a ton to try to avoid things like this. Seth maybe mentioned it was the antibiotics I took for my mouth surgery. This off season I had a mouth surgery, and he was mentioning, is it this certain type of antibiotic? And I had thrown the bottle away, done it. I was done with it for months, and he's saying that could be something to do with it. So it could be anything from overuse, not strong enough, whatever. So it's just kind of one of those things where you don't really know why it happened. Like I say, I'm in decent shape, I'm pretty active. So for my Achilles to go out is kind of a weird thing that Seth maybe said had to do with the antibiotics. So okay. It's kind of something where we're still trying to figure out like why it would happen. Because I get calf raised like 400 pounds. So it's not because like my calves are weak. Like that's the thing is everyone's like, weak. It's like, that's not it. So it's just like where did the breakdown happen?
Yeah. So it's an unfortunate situation, right? Yeah. That's just the cold, the stone cold truth about it. How's it feeling, walking around here at a premier event, not being able to play?
It's probably a break I might have needed, honestly. Like I played a lot last year. I took a lot of time off this offseason to get myself in shape, and I think this is kind of a setback that if it's not, year ending, could be good for me to come out here. I enjoyed watching Ricky play the last 6 holes today. So, I enjoy watching and hanging out with everybody. So for me to say that it's this big sad thing, injuries happen. Any sport, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, whoever it is, you're going to get hurt. Yep. So for me to be out here and try to act like, this really sucks, it wouldn't be the truth. Like, it sucks to not play, but also it might be a good thing for me to be able to sit back and, I'm going to put together a little video for Ricky after the round. So something that I wouldn't normally get to do.
Yeah, just still being productive, right?
Still contributing. I made a little thing for Innova. Like, I'm going to try to do things, this right here. Like, if I wasn't here, I wouldn't be able to do this. Exactly. So, I'm trying to take the positive out of being here and, not making it a wasted week as opposed to, trying to learn and try to make myself better for when I do come back.
Yeah. Are you heading back? I know you're from Sacramento area, the greater Sacramento area probably, but are you heading back after this?
Yeah, I go home on Tuesday.
Okay, and the St. Patty's is coming up. Tell me, are you playing?
I honestly don't know.
Okay.
Like I posted on social media, we're planning on 2 to 6 weeks, which 6 weeks is to GBO, so that's kind of why that 6-week thing got put there. But like I said, if I feel like I told you, if I'm ready next week, I'm gonna probably try to play. I'm close to home, so if I feel a little pain, I can just get in the car and go home. Here, it's not worth it, So I'm gonna just play it by ear. If I feel like I'm ready to compete, then I'll be out there as soon as I can. If I felt like I was ready to compete this week, I'd have played. So I waited till Tuesday or Wednesday to get my entry fee back. Even though I was dumb, I wanted to make sure that, hey, I can't play. Like, I've never missed a Pro Tour event. This is my first one I've ever missed.
Wow, we were actually talking recently about people who had been to every single Pro Tour event. Terry Miller was claiming that he was the only person to be at every Pro Tour event. So I think he's got competition now, man.
Yeah, Terry's full of it, but it's fine.
All right, well, off the injury for now. Coming into the season, this was going to be your second full season back with Innova, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How are the discs feeling, and is there anything new to your game this year, even though you're not going to be showing it maybe the next couple weeks?
I just try to work on my mental game more than anything. I've proven I feel like week after week for a long time I've had the shots. I've been able to do it. There's been rounds where I'll shoot the hot round by 2 or 3 with at GBO or with everyone there. It's not like I'm outclassed. It's just sometimes I feel like if something doesn't go my way, then I get in my head and then I miss 10 more putts, and so I just try to work on being mentally strong and mentally staying in the round, as opposed to just being oh well, I'm 3 over after 5 holes. Who cares?
Yep.
It's like my USDC. I've never had a good USDC because something happened throughout the first round, and I'm whatever.
It's over.
Paul's 10 down already. I'm over it, and it's just you can't do that. Where everyone out here is good enough. Not just myself. All of us players out here at the Pro Tour are good enough to where you have a week you could win. And so I just try to train myself of hey, you have the shots, you can make the putts, you have the sidearm, there's everything's there.
Yeah.
So just believing that is the main thing for any player. I don't care who you are, you got to believe it before you can do it.
Well, yeah, that's the thing about open fields like this is everyone in the field can birdie all the holes.
Yeah.
It's not about not having the shots, right? You guys can go ahead and execute. It's about stringing them together and staying tough.
It's like Ricky. You ever watch Ricky play? It's he'll throw the worst drive you've ever seen, arguably, and then he still gets a birdie. You're I have it on video on this hole right here. He threw it against the fence, made a 30-footer, and it's normally I'm missing that putt.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a stroke, but it's he's making those putts and making those shots where you're wow, that was really bad. Oh, that was worse. Oh, birdie. You're we were joking about it on the next hole, you are throwing worse shots than the people in the group, and you're getting birdie. And he shot 14 down today?
13 or 14.
13, 14, exactly.
Yeah,
and it's 3 of the 4 holes I watched him weren't very good drives, but he's still getting it's because he believes in himself.
Yep.
It's like the Josh Anthony.
Yeah.
Who believes in himself more than Josh? I don't know anybody.
No.
I genuinely don't know anybody that feels like they can go out there and he would bet 10 grand on any course that he's the best player.
Yes.
And he truly in his heart believes it.
Yeah.
And that's what you have to have in order to go out there and be oh well, so-and-so's better, so-and-so's a better putter. Josh doesn't care who you are, what tournament you just won, he thinks he's better than you. Mm-hmm. And arguably he proves he's better. So that's what you have to have out here. Any sport. You're pitching a baseball. You have to believe that you're going to strike out whoever that is. There's no, oh, well, you're a good hitter. No. Throw your best stuff and try to strike him out. So it's just hard. Golf is obviously a mental thing. Yes. Just like PGA Tour. How many players out there can shoot 4 or 5 under on the golf course?
Exactly.
A lot of them. How many people do it? Not that many.
Yep.
That separates the Jordan Spieth and the Tiger Woods and all those people from the guy that's barely making the cut.
Yeah, so you mentioned Josh Anthon with that strong mental game. I know he's from your general area. Is that somebody that you looked up to and you kind of have learned from a disc golf perspective?
Yeah, I still look up to Josh. The way that the guy's 40 or 39 years old, about to be a Masters player, and he's out there getting top 5 at national tours, having a chance to win down the stretch, and won Ledgestone 2 years ago. The guy's proven it year in, year out that he's, one of the best players, and it's no matter, I could be 50 years old and I'll still look up to Josh. Not only his play, how everything's happened, the guy's just been through a decent amount of stuff, and he's still out there, representing him, his family, his mother. So he's doing pretty good, and I'll always look up to him for that.
Yeah, that's cool to hear, man, because I know there was some controversy, but I've honestly known him as one of the nicest guys on tour. He's a gem, man.
Yeah, he's one of those people that he would give the shirt off his back to someone who needed it, whether he knew him or not. So, situations happen, people get put in predicaments, or, and who's to say someone else wouldn't have done the same thing, so it's hard to talk about, and it's no one's, here or there, but, the guy, no matter what anyone thinks or says, is a very genuine person, and, as you know, know him, so anybody that knows Josh knows what kind of human he is, and that speaks for itself.
All right, well, hey, back to the action on the course. Do you have any predictions for us? You were walking around Rick's card. He's throwing the new plastic, but he's throwing them good. Germ's had success in the past. Nate obviously had the course record for a while here. What's your podium prediction for us?
Oof. Nate Perkins always plays good here.
Yeah.
Germ always plays good here. I haven't looked at the score since I met up with Ricky on hole 11 or whatever, but
Dollar came in with a 12. I think.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say Ricky goes number 1.
Okay.
I haven't looked at the list. I'm gonna put Eagle in second.
My fantasy team thanks you.
Okay. Again, I haven't looked at this,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna go Ricky, Eagle, and then Germ interchangeable with Macbeth.
Okay. Ooh, the Macbeth. Okay. Macbeth has been finishing great, but he said it himself. The putting is what's letting him down right now. So I think if he can knock it in, he can hit the lines out here, no question.
Yeah, I was talking to Paul in Vegas about his putt, and the last 2 years his putt has been off. It's not like everyone's like, oh, it's a discraft, it's a discraft thing. Like the last 2 years, Paul hasn't been Paul. And he says he's been super going his finger. He hasn't been getting the pop on the putter, like a few different things. But we all know Paul can, shoot even on the front 9 and shoot 9 under on the back 9.
Yes.
So you can never really count Paul out of it, and that's why I'm putting him in that third. With Germ, those two are pretty interchangeable to me here, because Germ's got this course pretty dialed in, I feel like, and Paul is still Paul.
Okay, so hey, I know you're hanging around. You're looking for Devin somewhere around here. I'm gonna get you out of here on this. Is there anything you want to say to the fans at home they're missing you playing out here?
I just want to say thanks to everybody for not only supporting us players, but people like Corey who are out here trying to, give you guys coverage. It's all free to you guys, So I don't know if you have a Patreon.
I do, at Johnny Disc Golf.
Okay, you guys should support him with that kind of stuff. Anything, $1 a video, I'm sure goes a long way for him being on the road. So, I have the Leopard 3 out. If you guys want to check that out, pretty good fairway driver. Other than that, thank you guys for watching.
Cool, and thank you, Drew, again for your time, man. I really appreciate it. I know you're out here just hanging around, so appreciate your time again. And for all of you at home, to catch coverage of all things disc golf, subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right, guys, thank you so much for checking out that interview. The wind is gusting. The audio may sound suspect. I'm a one-man show out here. I can't check it while I'm filming, but what I do know is that OTB Discs has all your favorite discs, as well as $3.95 flat rate shipping. You could order 50 discs, $3.95. They're good dudes doing awesome things.